Le pregunté a él qué había pasado con su ex. Él me dice a mí que no tiene comunicación con esa mujer. Entonces él estuvo mintiendo.
That's a fair point. He was asked, well, do you still talk to this young lady? He said no. But Scott did say that she reached out to him before he flew to the Dominican Republic. So he obviously knew about her existence in his life again. So he had lied about this girl. But then Lydia does bring a very, very interesting question. I mean, the question itself in particular, right here, as you can see, is this is what I can't get around my head. What did he come here for? That is a very good question. He knew this whole time that she had responded to him after him messaging him multiple times for over a year and a half, I believe. And this is the man that will sit there and try and justify his actions as if he's an honest person. But the question really is true. The question really is, though, what did you come for? I mean, a part of me thinks that maybe he came to the Dominican Republic because he had already planned to come see Lydia, but he then arranged to meet his ex-girlfriend at some point. So I think for him, he was like, I'm going to come here early, see Lydia. Hopefully I'll get something out of it. If I don't, it's fine. I'll just break things off and then I'll go see the woman that I love. It does make sense to a certain degree. Why else would you come knowing that she is finally responding to you and you knew your heart was with her? Because he expressed highly when he was breaking up with Lydia that one of the reasons because his heart was with the young lady. A lot of the things that Scott says just don't line up.
Stop loving her. I was reaching out for like the last 2 years trying to get in touch with her. And finally she responded 2 weeks ago when I was preparing for my trip to the Dominican Republic.
See, he even tells us this same stuff again. He told us earlier in the season, and then he even repeats it again. And this man wants to talk about how he's not this and that. Bear in mind, he called me out for basically speaking the truth about him, saying that who am I know nothing, but yet he continues to display things that has loopholes. We continue.
I'm here.
I was conflicted and I was confused, but at the same time, I was focused on Lydia and giving her my best.
I'm going to tell you this now. A man of his age was never conflicted, confused. And to be fair, even a man younger than him, even a man my age, like, I'll tell you this now. The only way a man can be conflicted and confused between two women is if he actually has genuine feelings for both of them, or, no, that's the only time. We know that he didn't have feelings for Lydia. He claimed he did. He didn't. He didn't. And here's the thing though, how can you be conflicted and confused when you've been saying this whole time that this woman is the love of your life? Hence the reason why you left Lydia for her. So what's there to be confused about? No. You planned to meet this young lady in Dominican Republic about a week or two, whatever the month, well, however long it was after you met Lydia. He was probably hoping that things would work out with Lydia so you can get some little bit of fun time with her. And then boom, once the girl came back in, you're going to say, do you know what? I know we've had our fun and whatnot, but I feel like this isn't working. That was the plan. The plan didn't go to plan. Well, the first plan didn't work out, but then this one happens instead. I mean, like, I'm looking at evidence here, at proof here. The guy's a complete moron. It's sad to see. We continue.
The drama with Lydia. I decided to pull the trigger and I invited Liz to come to Dominican Republic.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. What did I tell you guys before? I don't know if you've seen my response video to Scotty, but I said before that one of the things he portrays the most is this energy of always wanting to pump something. And you see the way he's seeing her, she's coming, he's wasting no time kissing her, picking her up. He's ready to strip her naked, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying any of these things are bad things to the slightest. What I'm saying is that he couldn't get some Lydia, and that's why he left. You know what I mean? No, he couldn't get this. Do you know what? There's two ways this goes about. Either one, no, there's only one way. He had planned for her to come here straight away. There is no way you can tell me that he contacted her after he decided to pull the plug with Lydia. No. This was all set up. This girl was meant to always, but look at it this way. if she has ignored him for 2 years, whatever, and then they reconnect, there's no way he can ask her last minute, hey, why don't you come to Dominican Republic? No. She would have had to have known way back. She would have had to have known when she responded to him. And you know what? Here's my proof.
We dated. He's really charming. I think we got that click, you know? But he started to talk about Mary and...
You know, it's funny because her side of the story is that she ran because they started talking about marriage. And because he started talking about marriage, this is when she says...
And that kind of freaking me out. And then we broke up.
Isn't it interesting how she says, then we broke up? But Scott didn't say that they broke up. He said that she just ghosted him. There's a difference. A breakup means she told you that we broke up. She's telling you that I don't want to be with you no more, or you do it. He said that she disappeared. Interesting how his story is a bit different to hers. Maybe another lie. But anyway, let's get back on track to my other point.
He told me that he has been seeing someone. So I'm here to fight for Scott.
So if he had told her from the moment that they reconnected that he had been seeing someone, that means he always had the plan to bring her, or to at least get her to come to Dominican Republic to meet him there. That is a shadow of a doubt. Especially if she's saying that she wanted to fight for him. Interesting that she says that she wants to fight for him even though she allegedly ghosted him and blocked him. I'm starting to believe that maybe they just broke up because she didn't want marriage. And maybe he wasn't listening, so therefore she decided just to ghost him for a minute. Doesn't really matter too much how the events went down. What matters is what we are now. And where we are now is that when she speaks, the words are very different to his. And nobody says it's a language barrier because it is not a language barrier. Because Scott says loud and proud that it's so good to have her back because she can actually speak English. Those wasn't the words necessarily he said line to line, but that's what he said. Basically another insult to Lidia, like, come on now. But listen, as far as I'm concerned, this man had the plan. He was talking to Lidia for a year. But in that year he was talking to Lidia, he was also texting his ex. He was emailing her for 2 years straight. So he emailed her for the first year when he was alone, well, allegedly. And then after that, he then met Lidia online, or however they hooked up with Nicole. But the whole time he was talking to Lidia and getting to know her, that whole year, he was texting this young lady here. Which means the whole time he was being unfaithful anyway. And he was lying anyway. Which is probably why Nicole and Lidia felt like something was a bit off of him. And that's why they kept grilling him, if anything. I'm not saying the way they grilled him was correct, but grilling him was definitely correct. They just had to do it in a better way, but that's a different conversation. Either way, though, I'm looking at this situation right now. I'm looking at this scenario right now. And this man was basically talking to Lidia and allegedly falling in love with her or falling for her whilst he was crying his heart out on emails trying to get this girl back. She then finally comes back. She then finally responds. At this point, he's already planned a trip to the Dominican Republic. He's then like, oh, I've got someone. So she's like, okay, what do we do? He's probably been like, listen, do you know what? I'm going to go out there, but why don't you come out there too? And he's probably told her to come out there at a certain point. If anything, maybe she was meant to come out a little bit later because he wasn't getting his way with Lidia. He probably texted her sooner. He'd be like, nah, you come out here now. Because in this episode, he does express how, well, I have booked a certain amount of time to be here, so I might as well have fun with it. And then boom, all of a sudden, we've got this young lady. But it's okay though, Scott would tell you that he's an honest man. And he's not a liar, and he's not manipulative. Have you ever noticed that whenever he talks about Lidia in terms of the fact that he had to walk away, you ever notice he always giggles as well? Giggles like a little boy, like a little child, like a little rat. He knows what he's doing, because he knows that he's a liar. Because he giggles because he's getting away with his behavior. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, of course, peace.